Hey guys, this is my Honda CB350 RS and I'm gonna tell you the reason why I bought it over the Royal Enfield and the Benelli and give you reasons why you should consider it. So let's get started. So this is the notes I made. Honda, got Royal Enfield and Benelli. So the first topic is why the gearing is tall. So the gearing is tall, you can hit the top speed 135 in third gear. I have hit it just took me about some seconds. In the sheet it's 12 seconds, it was near that. And the fourth and fifth are for fuel economy. So let me put example. The Bentley Flying Spur, which is the sedan, luxury sedan, it has a 7-speed dual clutch transmission. The top speed is what, 194 miles per hour, and it hit the top speed in fifth gear. The Bentley reached the top speed in fifth gear. The sixth and seventh is for fuel economy. It has a what, W12 engine, and the engine doesn't have the power to like go in fifth and sixth and seventh gear to the top speed. You need a W16 engine, which is in the Bugatti. So the same story runs here. Fourth and fifth gear, you can't go above this speed because the engine doesn't have the power. You can see it's just 20 bhp. If you wanna go fast, go for higher cc bike like the 650 Royal Enfield and that. So let's talk about the power. So only the power doesn't matter, it also depends at what rpm you are getting it. Like you just push the throttle, you are getting the lower torque here, 30 full torque at 3000 rpm. That's a different feeling. Yeah, you can switch at 3000, 2000 rpm all the gears and the bike will not be like struggling for power. So let's see the power figures here. So it generates 20 bhp at 6000 something rpm, and this generate 20 bhp at 5500, and the Benelli generates at 6000. So the rpm it matters. You just don't have to push the engine to 6000 above rpm to reach to the top speed. This bike will hit top speed. Like for pickup you need torque, for top speed you need horsepower. It's simple. So the time of meteor is also 15 seconds. Top speed 0 to 60 and it's 12 seconds, so 3 seconds, that a lot of gap. Bore and stroke, it's 70 90. Bore and stroke, what is bore and stroke? This is bore and this is stroke. So this has a 70 to 80, so the stroke is longer in the Honda Highness, and this is 72 to 90. It's same as the Honda. And let's talk about the weight. So the Honda has the least weight, it's 179. Meteor comes at 191. This is the curb weight with all the fuel and oil in it, and this bike has 205, so the Honda tops it. And let's talk about the compression. 9. The higher the compression, the more efficient the boom is and the more fuel efficient, and the higher compression you can go 91 octane plus. So in the owner manual you can go race fuel and you will get a good economy. So it's 8.5 is to 1 in Royal Enfield, and the compression is 8.5 to 1. So Benelli is like a Chinese company, just for a note. The brakes are identical, all the brakes are identical. And in the Japanese page, this bike is launched as CB350 in Japan. So they have like, in the official website, if you ride at 60 kilometer per hour, which is the limit there driving, and you will get 47 average. So this is like the best in the class average. Like Royal Enfield, they claimed 35 40 and all that, but this much average if you're getting out, that's a lot. And this is the real figure. I fill up the tank of my bike 14.5 liter, and the range it was showing it's 650 kilometer, 44 was claimed, but what I was getting is 38. I calculated it and the meter was showing 37-ish average, so that's close. So this is the torque figure, torque power. So this is the torque and this is the horsepower. You can see at 3000 rpm it just peak torque. So this is the feeling when you're driving the bike, like it's so punchy. And this, like Honda, it's on the official page, you can check it out, and no other company is showing their torque figures because they are afraid the figure is not that golden. So this is a golden figure what you're looking for. And so let's talk about the gear ratio. This is the gear ratio. So gearing is tall. You can see in fifth gear it's went beyond 1. So this is tall. And let's check out the Bullet. It's I got the 4-speed bike, the older ones, and you can see first it has tall gear ratio from the front, but it goes 1-1 and not the fifth because the Bullet doesn't have the power. So let's talk about the 350cc. It generates 19 at this rpm, 28. The torque is good at this bike, so that's why people prefer the standard Bullet, because they got the torque, but it's not got good for high horsepower and speed. So let's talk about the Triumph Street Twin gearing. The compression, it's very high, and the torque figures, they are like, oh, beyond. And it has 5 speed. So why does it has 5 speed? So this is the 1200cc Triumph, and this one is the 900cc Triumph. It has a parallel twin. So you can see the gearing, it's tall, identical to the Honda Highness. It's still tall in second gear, and then it like it's tall in every gear, and in fifth gear it's still not that tall. So fifth gear of Honda Highness is taller than this Triumph Street, but the Triumph hit like you can cruise at 140 150 all day long with no problem, and it doesn't have sixth gear. Why? Because the 1200cc got fifth gear and its ratio is 1.17. It has the power to push in sixth gear, and it can cruise as 180 200 kilometer per hour all day long with no problem, because it has the power to do so. So this is the point. Like, if you guys understand, please comment in the section. And if you understand the gearing and all that stuff, because these are long stroke bike engines, these are not KTMs. Like, if you look at the KTM, the compression ratio is, this is the 250 Duke 12.5. that's a high compression ratio, but you are getting 30 bhp at 9000 rpm. That's a lot of screaming bike. And this is 24 newton meter of torque. That's a lot less torque. You can see it's 30 at 3000, and it get what at 12,000 1250 rpm. You get so less torque because it's the horsepower which does not, it has small gearing too. So you can like and all that, the racing stuff. But these are long stroke bikes, and they have whole different story. These are cruising bikes, so you are just cruising down the highway, you got the low end torque. So it's a different bike. You will drive it and you will like come to know like how it drive, how it feel, how I should drive. Like bottom end torque and just cruising on the highway. You got a downshift, I know that's a problem, like I have to throw the gears in overtaking, but it's a slipper clutch. The gearbox is meant to be downshift, so you are not damaging the gearbox in any way. So this is it, guys. Hope you understand the science behind it. And thank you. Bye bye. Comment in the section if you got any other queries. And this bike is dope, so that's for sure. Thank you.